Welcome to TRS Clips. I began this channel because sometimes on YouTube you just want to go on learning sprees. So after this fantastic video, make sure you watch the other videos on the channel. Hit like, subscribe, and enjoy. In today's world, with so much easy sex out there, with dating apps, with just sadness, sex is used as an escapism in so many ways. You see that around.
Yep.
What is the truth about sex, honestly?
It's easy to see because it's not something that's happening to somebody else. It's the very ingredient, the fundamental thing in our lives, right? So it should not be easy to comprehend what's going on. It should not be difficult to comprehend what's going on. See, you look at an animal, right? What is sex for an animal? It's a purely physical thing because the animal itself is purely physical. The animal does not have much of a mental existence. It does have a mental existence, but it's very limited. The animal's existence is prakritik. It's determined by its physical constitution. So animals behave as per their bodies. No animal would ever say it has a purpose in life. Animals don't crack jokes. Animals don't laugh. Animals don't ask for the meaning of life. Animals don't want to really change their lives unless they are encaged or something. So animals are as Mother Nature made them. So sex too is just a physical thing for animals, just like food, just like water or respiration. But man is fundamentally different from animals. Animals have to live as per their bodies, and if an animal is living as per the constitution and demands of its body, the animal is all right, very much all right. It wants to sleep, it falls asleep. It feels hungry, it goes out to graze or hunt. Man is different. Man is consciousness, a very demanding, a very uneasy consciousness within this body. A consciousness that is related to the body, is probably born out of the body, yet has a nature and needs very, very distinct, very different from the body. Your body, for example, at this moment wants to rest. The eyes want to fall asleep. But your consciousness knows something else is more important. So the consciousness says, stay awake. Something else is more important. You have been a gymmer, right? The biceps want to say, stop. You say, no, I want to have a few more reps, right? Do you see there is a distinction between what the body is saying, what the body wants, and what you want? Would you rather go with your biceps or with your consciousness? No, you usually decide to go with your mind. That's your consciousness. Consciousness and mind you could use interchangeably. So in that way, man is very different from animals. So sex for a human being has to be, therefore, in the same way, correspondingly different for a human being. The animal's chief concern is fulfillment of its physical need. Man's chief, when I say man, I mean man and woman both. I mean a human being. I'm just a bit old-fashioned, so man. Man's chief requirement is the fulfillment of its consciousness. Do we get the distinction?
Yes.
Animal wants to fulfill its physical needs. Man wants to rather fulfill the needs of its consciousness, and that's why we often overrule the needs of our body. Look at a marathon runner. Look at what his legs are saying. The glutes, the calves. Everything is aching, right? And the stomach. He's probably famished as well. He carries on, keeps running. So body is saying one thing. And anybody who has ever achieved anything substantial in life, you would find to a great extent, he would have gone against the body, or he would have made the body toe the line of his consciousness. He would have said the body, you shall act as a slave, as a follower to the consciousness. You shall do what the consciousness tells you to do. And that's the way you reach somewhere in life. So that's the way of the man. So sex for man has to be a thing that fulfills his or her consciousness. Sex for man cannot be something entirely physical. If sex for human beings is entirely physical, then there is no difference between man and animal. And that's just not something pejorative. That basically has a practical disutility. What's that? If you act like an animal, you will remain unfulfilled because you are not an animal. You are not an animal. You see, there is a road accident. Animals pass by. They will not come to help the victims, the wounded. And you not say these are evil animals. They are seeing somebody lying bleeding there and they aren't offering help. Would you say that? You won't say that because it's not in the animal to help really. But if a man passes by without offering help, that man deserves to be severely reprimanded. That man deserves some scolding. And so the benchmarks are different. We are not animals. So when we get in contact with someone, as a man, if you come across a woman, the question that you should ask is this relationship, is this upcoming aspect of companionship for me going to fulfill my consciousness? Is that going to happen?
That depends on you, probably.
That depends on how you are and where your inner hollow is. Will she be able to really fulfill that inner hollow? And remember that inner hollow is not physical. It's something else. It's something else. Equally, will I be of help to her really? Or are the two of us just partners in some kind of physical give and take? That doesn't take much sense. Not that it is evil. It is just stupid. It is just stupid. Meeting someone just for the purpose of sex is just makes no sense. Not that there is some great vice in it or that you have become a criminal in the in the divine dimension. Nothing of that. We are not talking ordinary morality here. We are talking spiritual utility here. There is no utility to that. Maybe you will gain momentary satisfaction, but nothing beyond that. Nothing beyond that. In that sense, you see, sex and masturbation are not too different. The entire day, we live bad lives and the tension builds up. The tension builds up. The tension builds up to help you out. The tension builds so that under the influence of that tension, reeling under that tension, you decide to make your life better. But what do? You either have sex or you masturbate, and that gives you easy release, easy relaxation. And all the tension that was built up is just dissipated. The tension has come to no use. The same thing happens when you have a readily available partner at home, which happens in the case of marriage. So you live a bad life, and the bad life comes with consequences, but you are not available to the full force of the consequences because sex is such an easy dissipator and an easy agent of cheap relaxation. And you are back to square one. You are back to your relaxation should not come easy. If relaxation is easy, it is false. It will not help you in the long run or even in the medium run.
But what's the way to relax then?
You have to figure out the real cause of your unease. You have to see that offering yourself a cheap kind of release by way of ejaculation makes very little sense. We are not condemning it, I'm repeating that, in the moral sense, right? We are talking of something very important, very substantial. Is peace and fulfillment not substantial to us, then what kind of people are we? If fulfillment is something that indeed means the world to us, then we have to go into the real reasons of our disquiet and not offer easy vents like copulation or masturbation or whatever.
Subscribe to TRS Clips to keep up with the highlights of the Ranveer show. Lots of playlists curated just for you.